one thing to say here is that online Spotlight's gone. It's now called Extras, and everything's in there. One thing they have changed, which a lot of people don't like, is the fact that you used to have shortcuts on each of the things like TV, pictures for different programs. And for example, Media Browser would appear on the TV line. It doesn't now, it's all within Extras. There are some hacks you can do to actually put those up. There's a site called hack7mc.com, which I thoroughly recommend, which has got some ways of actually changing the tabs and the buttons on there. But it's not as easy as it used to be on Vista, unfortunately. I'm not sure if that's something which, again, might change later, but releases maybe some power toys. Any questions on what we've seen so far? Well, time's getting set up.
Is Vista going to come with a dedicated Blu-ray player, or are we going to?
No, 7 doesn't come with a Blu-ray.
It's not going to come at all.
There's Blu-ray recordings in 7, I believe. I'm told it is anyway.
Yeah. So no H.264 codec.
Well, there's an H.264 codec in it. So, as I said, I was playing an ABC HD file there, which is
I think we've got an AV Dolby in there.
Which has got that in. But you still need the bit to decode the encryption on the Blu-ray, which...
So, we still use ArcSoft, but a lot of my
is very good for that.
I mean, a lot of my customers are not, they're not from the community, they are really just average people who don't know much about computers, who kind of slowly bring them in.
Yeah.
And
well, at least the latest version of Total Media, you've got that total integration.
Yeah, total, which is why we don't use PowerDV anymore.
Yeah. I mean, one of the great things about ArcSoft's new Total Media Theatre Blu-ray player is it actually totally integrates into 7 as well as Vista, and it just looks like it's another tab within 7. It just plays as though you was there.
The only concern is you pay roughly £100 for Vista,
and
then you pay $90 for the ArcSoft.
There's a lot of money to pay for.
Windows 7 out of the box can play the M2TS files, so you can actually play the M2TS files from the Blu-ray disc, but you can't do all the menus.
But if you're doing basically we use our home servers and do the archiving sense. So if you've got ISOs and all that, it's pointless to a customer who's getting the total integration.
What you need is someone to develop your movie library.
That man there might just do it.
It's a personal fee.
We already
integrate all that together.
Actually, that's a good point on codec play pattern. Someone mentioned MKV files earlier. The latest build of 7 has got some form of MKV playback and extenders. Although I'm told the quality's not very good at the moment. I don't know if Ian's come across that.
I haven't tried it on the latest.
But there's a lot of report on the green button that actually works and is looking very good. So that's something which may well make it
on extenders.
Well, on the main device, it's been there actually for a while on the actual PC, but there hasn't been the ability to play on extenders in any form, and that's good. And also, high def files are now being transcoded to some extent on the extenders. So if they haven't got the capability to play them back natively, they can be transcoded and actually play back anyway. So. One thing I have tested on 7, which does work, is managed copy from Blu-ray playing on extender. So that's actually quite the way. If you've got a section of Blu-ray discs, if you've got a managed copy on them, you can actually play that on your extender as well.
Okay. So just a quick look at Media Browser then. And if you've not tried out Media Browser yet and you want a good and free and exceptionally pretty media library, then Media Browser is the way to go at the minute, I think. My machine is just recovering from having hibernated as well, hence why it's a little bit slow. So, what I've got on here is I've actually got pretty much most of my movies collection in a folder called Films, and within there, as you can see, I've got a nice view of all of my movies, straight in a thumb strip type view, going all the way through. And if we have a quick look at some of the different views that we've got in there, this is actually using, there's two different themes that you can use for Media Browser at the moment. One is called Vanilla, and this is the older theme, which for some reason I'm running on this laptop, which I hadn't realised it was there. But still, it can show off most of the features. So the first thing to show is one of those things that everyone that's got an iPod Touch loves, and that is the cover flow, where we get this really nice view of all of our movies just flipping through, and as you can see, it just scrolls through really beautifully and quickly. And some of the views that are worth looking at are the thumbstrip view, which gives us lots more information about about each individual film and what's going on with it. And as you can see as well, there's appearing on here some icons to show you what kind of format it's in. But that's literally only just running on this one. And if we go into a particular film, this was then after a while, assuming that the network connection is actually working, it should refresh and brings up a really nice background image for each movie. Although it doesn't look like the network connection is being particularly quick at the minute. Media browser is great for viewing films and things, but where it really comes into its own is as a way to view archived TV, let's call it. So TV files that are saved on your machine. So, for example, the latest season of 24, or 24 itself, is stored within a folder where I've got a nice picture of Jack Bauer in the background, and I've not had to do anything to make that happen. The media browser guys have made it all happen for me automatically, and it's one of those examples of where building your own interface within an add-in can really come into its own. Particularly if I go into a view of a TV series, I can see a thumbnail of each episode, and it pulls down a thumbnail for me straight away, which is very useful. But I can also change that view to something like the thumb strip, which lets me see all of my episodes and gives me a slightly outdated background image. Yeah, mark them all off.
Could be dead.
Jack killed Batman. Yeah, he's now in Heroes.
That's a feature you want to add, is it, as they get killed?
Yeah, that's quite useful actually. So yeah, and you can go through on the TV series and see exactly the same thing. But it's a fantastic way to give yourself a more constructed, if you like, approach to the way that you watch all that TV that you pull off of the odd torrent site that you might be going on to and have it downloaded.
You download key from TV.
Not that recent one.
You could do.
It also works with recorded TV as well.
It does, yeah. I actually don't have any recorded TV on this machine, but you can just pull your DVR-MS in there and it will also do exactly the same thing for you. So you can use it to build up a complete archive.
So you can put an application in your recorded TV folder and view your recorded TV through this rather than...
You can do.
Yeah.
There's actually one slight... Well, it's not really, it's a challenge in the UK. In the States, the TV companies kindly put the